Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Wherever you are from, welcome back to the OSU World Cup 2023. This is our last match in our semi-finals weekend. We have had banger after banger. I feel like I've said this so many times. This World Cup has been phenomenal. And what a matchup to end it on than none other against Germany and Chile. Two mechanics, titans of teams, both succeeding in their previous matchups on tiebreaker. Phenomenal teams. So excited to see what these guys can do. This seems like one of those Clash of the Titans maps where tiebreaker is a big possibility for both of these teams. I'm Sad Shiba, and I'm joined by the fantastic Dimash.
Yes, hello everyone. It is good to be here. The tail end of the weekend, we have had so many exciting matchups, and we're finishing off with what could be a match of the weekend, and that is saying something with the stakes as high as they are. So many teams have already confirmed their places for the finals. South Korea, Philippines, Australia, Canada, and we are just awaiting the final slot to join them. It should be an interesting competition because like you said, both these teams could go to tiebreaker. They already have this weekend. So we are looking for which team has the advantage going into this. Thoughts?
I love the clash between these two teams. They're so similar in their dynamics. They're both incredibly strong on the mechanics. They're both very strong on the aim. Hard Rock is going to be an exciting one. I'm thinking maybe Hidden might be a contested one as well. That Hidden too. Both of these teams have incredibly threatening reading players. They're not primarily a Hidden team. It's not necessarily that that's their like superstar strength. It's more that both of them are so evenly matched on that. That's going to be one that I'm thinking they may play chicken with. But looking at these bans so far, it's looking quite scattered here. Germany getting rid of the Hard Rock 2 Precision and the Free Mod 3 Alt Control, with Chile bouncing back with a Hard Rock 1 aim ban and a Free Mod 1 aim ban. I am not surprised by these at all. I think Chile have good potential to do well on these aim maps, but Germany are such a powerful aim roster. Akaranya, Whitecat, Krilla, such a good lot of aim players. No Mod 1 is still open for Germany, but overall, this aim dominance does end with those two bans there from Chile.
Yeah, I really find it interesting that they've both opted to get rid of one of those Hard Rock maps, but leave Blue Zenith open. I feel like that would definitely be. I definitely feel like that would be one of the maps I'd get rid of over something like Hard Rock 1. But then again, they have their reasons. But then yeah, the free mod as well. They're really kind of limiting how much mod play there is. Of course, that's referring to both teams. So we're looking at a very sort of no mod D team, potentially hidden dominated pick set here. So, and I have just realized as well, Hard Rock 2 not going to be played at all this week.
Yeah, unfortunately for the lovely map that is Hard Rock 2 Magician's Dream, we're not seeing that played at all, either avoided or not picked at all, banned completely, sadly. But, Dimash, better news, Kero Sax is open, and that map hasn't been played at all in this tournament, so that could be something that we're seeing. But we're not going to be seeing that just yet. Germany are going to be starting off with a double time 1 pick, a hotly contested one, despite this being very much a Germany-heavy map. Chile have some great potential on this. Of course, you have to talk about Matty and its Cambing, who have been the core duo for this team. But I think in the last match against the UK with Chile, their filler players have actually performed quite a lot better than the general core. It's very much those final feeling players who pull up the clutches and pull up the consistency for Chile. So I'm looking forward to what both of these teams are capable of. Germany are so phenomenal on these double time aim mechanics maps. This is probably one of their strongest strengths here. Only very much outshined by a team like Australia. Outside of that, I think Germany are the leading nation for a map like this. This is some double time 10.3 aim jump consistency. Tell us more about this map, Dimash.
Yeah, like you said, 278 BPM. It's a fast aim map. You've got lots of linear and geometric shapes. And you mix that all in with some of that comfy aim. you're going to see a lot of people kind of like ult this map, even if they're more traditionally a single tap type player, because there's very little tapping speeds. So it's really quite standard in terms of how, if you've ever played a DT1 map, this is the sort of thing you'd expect to see all the time.
Looking at the rosters build up so far, I think these are all very understandable. We're going to be seeing Trotgamer coming in for the first time in a few days, in a few matches here. Yesterday, Trotgamer did not make a single appearance, but for Chile, he will be in for this double time one. The rest of Chile have a great roster here. Intercambing changed his name to Feki Cambing after T1 won the victory at Worlds 2023, as I believe it was a bet between a member of staff here. So that is going to be the new name change. That is Intercambing. No stress about that. Suntan and Matthew filling up for Chile. And on the side of Germany, a really, really daunting roster. Akaranya, also known as Tim Kakner, Yari, Black Dog 5, also known as White Cat, and Krilla.
Yeah, and that was one of the things we discussed before the match, that one of the big things was going to be sort of how these teams compete on DT. It's a real contested area. I think Germany definitely will rely on getting at least some of these maps under their belt, so they're starting off strong. And like you mentioned, they've got the big roster to kind of build that back up, so it's going to be interesting to see how they get on.
Early stage is looking quite good in favor of Germany here. You still have the triple FC from Yari, Krilla, and Black Dog 5. It is just Akaranya. 2 have dropped earlier on, whereas on the side of Chile, now.
Yeah, so looking at that, you can see big combos across the board. Yari going to be finding a break for Germany, as it kind of looks like it's going to swing the other way. It's holding its ground, but another break for Germany there. It's going to start.
Oh, into camping.
Yeah, dropping big combo there.
That drop into camping is quite big. You do still have some really good recoveries here from Chile. Matthew still holding on to his FC with great accuracy as well. We're going to be building up, going to this little guitar solo section here. There's going to be quite a bit of tapping control in this. Suntan drops along with Yari. These 2 full combos from Germany still refuse to back down. Trotgamer goes down as well once again with Suntan. Still, Matthew, the last man standing for Chile, but down he goes. Germany hit through that entire section in the final third. Krilla and White Cat, phenomenal scores here. Phenomenal lack as well. These 2 are some of the star core players for this German roster, and Akaranya is following suit with some brilliant recoveries here. Krilla and Yari may both go down, but the recoveries from Germany are so strong. Chile, unfortunately, cannot compete. It's practically a full reset. White Cat may drop. The 650,000 score is too much of a deficit for Chile to return in from. That is going to be map 1 for Germany. Clean picks here, no break point. Germany take map number 1.
Yeah, they've really unfortunately had their legs cut from underneath them, poor Chile, on this map. But again, you're up against such a strong roster, it's hard to take that away from them. Germany will be up, like you said, the very first point in the match. So we can kind of break that down, but really, what can you say? You've got White Cat, you've got Krilla, and of course, you've got the ever so lovely Tim. Just Tim.
Let's go, Tim.
Let's go, Tim. Let's go, Tim. Those 3 just absolutely performed on that map. So nothing really more to say. Matthew got a really good score as well. Really high up there on the accuracy, but again, it felt like just a 3v2 out there. So Germany picked it up.
You could just see how dominant late stage that was for Germany. Matthew having 740k. The 3rd lowest score from Germany was higher than the top score from Chile. Just pure domination and the consistency, especially towards the later stages where combos start to fall apart. Sections manage to get more difficult. Germany do take it, and Chile are going to bounce back with a hidden 3. Now, last time this was picked, I believe it went well, but I believe Chile picked this. So I'm just going to quickly double check, but yeah, this one is a good kind of hybrid of hidden density and raw type mechanics. Dimash, what do you think about this one?
Interesting first pick. I think, especially when you haven't been able to perform well on another DT map, I think it's a big statement to go, you know what? Doesn't matter. It wasn't our map. Let's go back in with some more with some more. Sorry, I'm having a moment.
Hidden tapping mechanics.
Hidden tapping mechanics. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, for some reason I thought we were playing DT3, and I was like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. More DT. I'm having a moment. Yes, sorry. So custom song for Hidden 3. Speedy 240 BPM. With some aim mixed in, a lot of density to this map as well. But a very consistent map. So if you can hit some of this, you can really pull out all the stops and get some big combos on the board, which I think Chile are relying on with this with the roster they're lining up here.
Yeah, last time this map was played, Chile got a collective 2.59 million team score. A 2.059 million team score, with Intercambing getting the highest score of 549k. The question is, can Chile replicate that, if not improve that? Because last time they played against this, it was up against the UK, and they were trailing with that one up until the later stages, where it ended up falling apart. Germany have a lot of potential to potentially clutch this up, especially with Krilla and Whitecat around. Okinama coming in for Germany as well. Really strong hidden comfort player. This Naya 9.2 with the hidden applied is really not going to be difficult for him. Of course, Yari coming in for Germany as well. Great tapping mechanics player. Not really too well known for being comfortable on the hidden, more comfortable being on the high AR mechanics, but still a formidable player on this. 240 BPM, consistently difficult as well. On the side of Chile, you've got Intercambing, you have Matthew, the core duo here. Chot Gamer coming in, Chile. And number 37, the star hidden player for this Chilean roster. He has set some fantastic scores in this tournament, particularly in FC on the free mod 4 with hidden applied. Really difficult score. Not an FC, sorry, a double S, by the way. So number 37 has made a great name for himself as an incredible hidden player for this team. So this comfort is really not going to be much to him. It's more going to be that type of mechanics that's going to trip him up. Looking at these early stages, this map is quite notorious for being difficult to adjust to. Intercambing and Chot Game are struggling on this early stage here. There might just be a little bit of time to adjust here. The break comes through, and Germany see they have a small 30,000 advantage.
Yeah, they've got the lead. They've also got a really good roster for this kind of map. You know, you've got Whitecat, of course, which, you know, who needs no introduction. Okinama and Krilla are also fantastic on this sort of map. So, you know, you've got your core three for a map like this, which is really crucial. And unfortunately, Chile are not having the start that they want, as they're kind of relying on Matthew and number 37 as... Oh, dear.
That is a tough double miss there from Chile. It is traded by Yari and Okinama. But 2 full combos versus 2 recoveries midway through that early section is going to be really tough for Chile to build with. You've got the recoveries able to suppress the future recoveries here from Chile unless there are any future drops. But assuming this continues, there aren't any drops to come through. Germany are going to be able to roll away with this. We're going with a tiny bit of a ramp up here, a little bit of a BPM increase. Some faster sections here, faster jumps, longer bursts. That's going to lead to another triple miss there from another double miss, sorry, from number 37 of Matthew. You've still got Intercambing and Chot Gamer building something, but Germany are so oppressive right now. Krilla does go down. That's 1 full combo gone for Germany, but still the advantage remains in their favor. The score lead is slowly climbing away, and with that drop from number 37, it's looking so dire for Chile. Germany just looking so consistent on this, so comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, look at Whitecat really coming in. The unfortunate break from Krilla, but he's done quite a bit in terms of combo. Intercambing and Chot Gamer really kind of trying to hold the line right now with just their 2 combos, but they're going to be completely shut out at this rate unless we see some big drops come in from Germany. But that, of course, relies on them holding on to their own combos, which this last quarter of the map does not let up. So definitely expecting some more breaks to come in.
Chot Gamer goes down. It is traded by Whitecat. That's a big successful trade there for Chile. But Matthew is next to join. Yari goes down. Okinama goes down. Triple miss here for Germany. Krilla's the only one left with the recovery, and it's starting to shrink now. That Intercambing and number 37 are building something. But the question is, do they have enough time? I really don't think they do. There's about 1/8 of the map left to go, and they have to climb up 330,000 score. Intercambing's really trying his best here. That early miss around by the third of the map through ended up leading to a drop from Intercambing that capped the score quite a bit, but he's building so much. You're starting to see it shrink now. But as number 37 goes down, the recovery is looking really tough. Intercambing is getting outshined here by both Krilla and Okinama combined. And that effort from intercamming will not be enough. Germany will get a break point.
Yeah, I mean, solid stuff from both teams there. Unfortunate for Chile, they are going to drop the early point, but again, it's it's that triple whammy of Black Dog, Kriller, and Okinamo that really, really bring the house down. Of course, solid stuff from Intercamping and Chot Gamer. I think number 37 probably had the most surprising performance there. A little bit underperforming, not being able to bring up that big combo. Good accuracy, but not enough combo to kind of support his team to take that point. So it will be a break point for Germany.
Such a dominant start here from Germany. Chile, can't lie to you, I think this might have been a bit of a mispick. Germany have several really strong hidden comfort players and some really good mechanics on top. Kriller is more than capable on a map like this, despite not maybe being as strong on the much more extreme cases. This is probably the easiest type of mechanics map in the pool that has that skill set requirement in there. And with Kriller being one of the best comfort hidden players in the tournament scene in Europe, in the entirety of Europe, man. The guy's a beast. And giving Germany a map like that, when really you would expect Germany to either play the chicken with that or let it go, is a bold early pick there from Chile. And Germany are not going to let that slip quickly. They're going to be instantly going into that really dominant skill set that they are very well known for. High tapping mechanics. Yari not being present in yesterday's match led them to be a little bit more hesitant on their tapping maps, but seems like this one they're a lot more certain about. Yari and Aimbot are going to be in here for Germany. And on the side of Chile, you're going to be keeping intercamming and Mathy. Maybe not intercamming, actually. Mathy definitely will be in this one. But I think Germany, look at this three-man core of Yari, Aimbot, and Zeitfrost. The perfect trifecta for Germany. And having anyone fill in for this is going to be fine. You might want to have maybe Ocarina on this, despite Ocarina more being known for the raw speed mechanics and not the stamina. But Germany have a great team for this one. Talk to us about this map, because it is unrelenting.
Yeah, Necrogoblicon, the Skin Thief. I mean, it's a classic. It's such a classic map and classic song for Osu. Lots of people will know about this map. But for those that don't, it's a 230 speedy map with the kind of like classic no mod 5 speed. You've got these like big sections of chorus that are just really, really long streams. So there's a lot of intensive stamina at that 230 BPM range. There's some tricky aim elements to this, but after the second chorus, it kind of tones down a little bit. And then you're pretty much a nice progression into that last chorus again, where it really hits you with the big long streams. So just long 230 BPM streams is the thing to take from this. We'll see who's got the stamina.
Yeah. Germany on paper definitely looking to be the more dominant team on this. Just their entire roster are very formidable on this. Taking a look at Chile's roster, though, you can't count them out. Yunha has been really good for Chile on these tapping maps. Having him around is going to be a big benefit. He was one of the players that performed exceptionally well for Chile on the tapping speed. The DT2 in particular, that was a bit more on the stamina side. This map is similar in essence, maybe not as unforgiving, but still in that requirement here. But it will be Yunha to be the one the first drop outside of Gonza. And the other side with Germany, they're looking really comfortable. You did talk about it, Dimash. Despite this map being very tapping heavy, some of these aim patterns are quite frightening. You have some sudden rapid slider jumps like those ones there, along with some awkward linear aim in these verses that can lead to a tragic miss despite such the high CS. It's really the awkward sections of it that's going to make it hard. But going into this first little main chorus here, Zeitfrost is the first to drop there for Germany. Seems like might have been a finger lock because the stamina is still looking solid from him. On the side of Chile, no drops during that Ki despite the early breaks. Chile are going to start slowly building a recovery combo and hoping for Germany to maybe get that drop. Another slider jump section, a long stamina stream there does not lead to any breaks.
Yeah, I mean, really good accuracy for some of these players. Everyone on here has got the stamina to do this, but like you mentioned, Zyfrost having a big drop is really hurting Germany right now as they start to lose the score to this Chilean roster. Another break from Zyfrost, gonna kind of throw a spanner in the works. Gonza and Yunha and Yo all finding breaks. It's 2-2 halfway through the map.
This combo is now dead even. That quadra miss from two members of each respective team is going to completely even out the playing field. You still have your two main FCs, Okinawa and Aimbot going for Germany, but Aimbot Coin misses on nothing, quite literally on air. That is a really tough miss, but it's Camming trades it with an equally surprising drop on that surprisingly awkward aim section. It's now up to Matthew and Okinawa to bring this back. And if you know anything about Chile, Matthew is your man with these tapping maps. Okinawa, despite being formidable on this, has got to keep this alive. Little bit of a burst section before this final treacherous Ki. Chile are starting to form that lead back due to the combo accuracy and the general recoveries.
Yeah, here we go. We're waiting for the big build-up. Double break from Chile. Not really going to help them. Here we go. Nice, big, long streams. Who has got the consistency to hit through this? Ones are going to go down. Zyfrost is down. It's still Okinawa versus Matthew. You're going to be finding a reset. There's nobody on either side holding any combo apart from Matthew and Okinawa going through to the end of this. Anyone can take this, but into Camming holding strong with the consistency will be enough to take them through. What a break point.
That was a terrifying ending there. Germany had so much potential, but Zyfrost couldn't hold on to the stamina. 200k in a B rank, those long-term streams ended up tripping him up, unfortunately being the outlier low score for this team. You had that phenomenal recovery from Intercamming, building it back. That one miss was all that was there for Intercamming. That could have been a double FC for Chile if it wasn't that awkward aim section that tripped him up. Okinawa tried so incredibly hard, practically FCing through the entirety of that map. But it was not it for Germany, unfortunately. The pick did not go the way they wanted it. Chile will get a breakpoint and have a chance to even up this playing field now through heroics from both Matthew and Intercamming.
Yeah, just solid stuff from both teams, to be honest. Matthew, Okinawa, like you mentioned, really good stuff. But Intercamming, what a recovery. Was actually outperformed by the Germany roster player to player, really, apart from when you look at unfortunate Zyfrost, just not really prepared for that one, got caught up a lot in the stamina, and that was all that did it really for Chile, but it was enough for them to take a break point, so we await to see if they can tie up the score.
Chile have a chance to carry on this momentum with the speed stamina. They may have lost on that hidden 3, but that was more of a density consistency check. You've got the DT2 still open, which is quite reminiscent. Not really like the Skin Thief, more than it has similar requirements in it. But Chile going with the hidden 1, this is a bold one. I did not expect this pick to go through at all. You've got so many good hidden players on the side of Germany. But going for the hidden flow tech is bold. Very bold. Granted, Chile have not played this week yet, but on paper, I would expect Germany to play really well on this. Trilla and Okinawa especially. This is a bold one. And considering Chile have not played this week yet, I'm excited to see what Chile are going to be bringing out here.
Yeah, it's, like you said, a little bit bold from Chile. But again, you kind of have to give it to them. It's a good, like, transition map to kind of, for them to go into. This kind of hidden Pecky stream map. There's a lot of, like, I'm going to use the term wiggly streams in this, but they're cheesable, if that makes sense. So you can actually, you don't have to fully snap to every single part of the stream. You can kind of find a fine line. But there's so much to this map. The accelerating, decelerating streams, the 1/6, you know, the linears, the high SV sliders. I mean, this is a whole package map, which is impressive for a map that's under 2 minutes.
Yeah, I still can't help but doubt this pick. I really hope Chile have something special. You do still have number 37 and TFGE, who are the staple hidden players for your Chilean roster. It's not like Chile are going to be potentially majorly weak on this, but Germany have such a great team for this. Okinamo, Krilla, Whitecat, and having Ocarina in for the filling role. Not going to be too bad of a fill himself. Suntan is going to be another player that I'm looking out for Chile to lean into this. Granted, anything can surprise me here. I've seen some shocking stuff. I mean, this is World Cup 2023. We've seen plenty of surprises here, Dimash. This might be one of many that we've seen already. Could this be the sudden unexpected victory pick here for Chile? I had this on my notes to be a pick from Germany, but it seems like Chile are going for some of the bravest picks in the lot. Notoriously brave for their picks, especially against UK yesterday. It's another repetition of that process here. As you already mentioned, Dimash, this map is tough.
Yeah, it's really one of those things that you can't sight read for sure. But you can cheese a lot of it, so looking for maybe just one of your team to get through this could be massive. You see Okinawa going to be the first to drop. It's early days, there's still 3/4 of the map left. Krilla going down as well. Expecting a lot of breaks here, going into this middle section of this map. Like I said, really a lot to contest with here, but so far everyone really doing well here.
A few early breaks here from Germany. Ocarina goes down. That's a big drop just after the big Ki here. A little bit of a Floem section here. A few wiggle streams like you mentioned with Cheesable. Another drop from Ocarina, but it's traded by number 37 and into Camping, respectively. Combo advantage leaning in favor of Germany, I believe, unless I did miss a drop previously. But Chile have a good established lead here. But that big stream session is going to lead to several drops. A triple miss from Chile. Number 37 as well, dropping a full reset on the side of Chile. Germany holding on with both Whitecat and Krilla holding on to their combos. We're going into more of a slider aim section now. Keep your control. Keep holding on to these sliders and stay precise. These sliders are really hard to punch with those space streams implemented as well. Germany are going to be able to execute a phenomenal comeback in this late stage. And they're going to be bringing it back home. They're going to be executing the breakpoint. I told you this might have been a dangerous pick. That is going to be the end of it. Whitecat going to be finishing it off with an FC for Germany.
Disgusting, Whitecat. What is that? Oh my good lord. Well, it's kind of easy to break this down. Whitecat FC'd, so Germany win that. No questions asked. Incredible play. To do that consistently is unbelievable on a map this tough. Like I said, it has so many different elements to it that add to its difficulty that it makes it incredibly hard to consistently FC. So that is an insane play from Whitecat. But Krilla as well, really good combo, FCing 2/3 of that map with no issues. But yeah, like you said, a really strong performance. I think that Chile definitely feel like they're gonna feel like they underperformed on that map. I definitely saw the potential with a lot of their players. Like intercamming with just the 2 miss is just really unfortunate. So that is really unlucky for Chile.
This is the 3rd breakpoint we've seen in a row, so this match is bound to be a little bit goofy. A little bit funky, a little bit surprising. Granted, these teams are big clashing strengths here. So each pick that they go into is always going to be an even match unless they go for a cheeky pocket pick. For example, Chile on the 3-mod-4. Number 37 was an absolute star on that, getting the SS. One of, I believe, the only SS in this round. Maybe Chile were going to lean into that later on in the future. But for now, it's up to Germany to try and extend this lead further and further. Make it 4-1. They've got quite a few decent options here. Hard Rock 3 is still open, but that's a dodgy one. Not sure if I want to go into that one. Maybe the Double Time 3. Maybe the No Mod 1. I would probably guess to be No Mod 1 as the safest one, and it will be the case. No Mod 1 picked here for Germany.
Yes, here it comes. The alerts are out. It's time for a bit of consistency aim. It's very nice, this map. 195 BPM. with a lot of, or I say a lot of, but occasional linears. There's a very streamy solo section to this as well. The main areas of difficulty with this are the ending with the big raw aim elements, as well as just the demonic aim requirements needed for this map. If you can hit some of this map, you can probably hit all of it till the very end. And then we'll see where we are when we get there, but it could just come down to a coin toss of who hits it better at the end, but we'll see.
I think this is one of these maps that are very heavily Germany favored. Chile do have a good team here. Intercamming and Matthew going to be two I'm looking for. Suntan as well. But I think Germany just overall have a much more consistent aim team, especially in White Cat and Akaranya. Chile banned 2 of Germany's aim maps before. So Germany been waiting to whip out this one. You already talked about it. Consistently difficult, high spacing melon boy jumps. A very distinct style for this mapper. Some slightly bigger sliders on top of that. Granted, nothing too major. It's not like a slider tech or anything like that. It's more just that if you are to massively neglect these sliders, you were to literally just tap the slider head and then leave it at that, you could lead to a drop. So you got to stay accurate on that. But you already get the good gist of what this map is like. These jumps, despite being quite comfortable, are really high in spacing, with some frightening jumps in this as well. Already ramping this up with a difficult intro section that does appear to have led to a disconnect from Truck Gamer, unless that is a Bancho bug.
Well,
maybe a little bit of a refresh necessary here for Bancho, unless that is an abort.
We'll see if he's woken up. It's not looking good.
May have been a disconnect there from Truck Gamer.
Yeah.
Unless... Oh, no, never mind.
We're back. Right. We're back.
Time for Bancho to refresh and maybe catch up a little bit. Yeah, we're just going to be letting Truck Gamer just finish off this little intro section on the client, and then it will be synced back to everybody else. Just give it a quick little moment. So far, so good for Truck Gamer, though. Still holding on to a good amount of combo.
Yeah, Germany on the 0 score right now. There we are. Waiting for them all to wake up. But yes, so far so good, everyone. Kind of holding strong. Truck Gaming actually going to be having the first... Oh my god, Chile not having a good time. Everyone finding resets apart from Suntan going through, whereas Germany still on with 3 of them. Okinawa being the only one not making it through there. And there goes Suntan.
Joined by Matthew as well. There are no combos left for the Chile going into this first third of the map. You've still got White Cat, Krilla, and Akaranya holding on to a magnificent combo. And despite that early drop from Okinawa, his accuracy is looking really, really good, and he's building a good recovery to outshine 1 or 2 of the Chilean players. Going to this next HI, Suntan drops on that space stream. Germany are going to be able to extend this more and more, as long as they don't fall apart on this next HI. Some giant jump patterns here. That cross into triangle section is really tough. It is going to lead to a drop from Akaranya. Krilla and White Cat, though, still looking good. There are no subsequent drops here from Chile. But those 2 full combos from Germany just remain completely untouchable here. Unless we see a dramatic fall apart from this German team, this is going to keep rolling in their favor. Little bit of a streamy section here, guitar solo section. This is where we can see some more streamy tapping heavy patterns here. A little bit of a space quad there, doesn't lead to any drops. Both of these teams looking really poised, continuing to hold on. Krilla and White Cat still keeping their FCs.
I mean, it's Krilla and White Cat, man. I mean, just look at, they've been playing so well today. It's hard to kind of pit against them. I mean, Chile have got a good overall team recovery, but unless we just see Germany implode with those 2 FCs, that scoreline's not going anywhere. Even with that break, Okinawa's not the one you need to see. You want to see Krilla or White Cat find a reset, but I don't see it happening at this stage.
White Cat and Krilla look absolutely perfect on this. Look at Krilla Kaza dancing just before the big drop. Final Kia to come through. The 2 German full combos still looking absolutely strong. Okinawa may drop, but the rest of Chile are building potentially good recoveries. But 2 versus 2, 2 FCs against 2 big recoveries is not going to be nearly enough going to this final quarter. 500,000 score gap, too far, too insurmountable of a lead to overtake. Truck Gamer, Suntan, and Intercamming all go down. It's all a matter of now whether Germany can finish this off in absolute style. This is a really scary aim map that you just have to be so consistent on, with the highest jumps of the map being hit from both players. The rest of Chile are struggling with a triple miss and intercamming dropping not long before that. But it seems like Germany are absolutely destroying on this one. Is there going to be a double FC? Krill and Whitecat, the most comfortable players on this. Can they end this off in style? Just a little bit of the map left to go. Can they hit this? More resets there from Chile. But Germany, man, they're hitting all of these jumps. Look at Krill and Whitecat go. They close it out with a full combo. Brilliant double FC there from Germany. Solid stuff. And that's how you know this is one of the best aim teams in the tournament.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about that, I'll be honest. That's honestly unbelievable.
1 million.
Just, oh my god, they both have seeds. That Nomad one. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, solid stuff from Germany. 2 FCs. And yeah, go next, I guess. That's unbelievable.
How do you do that, Germany? Honestly, I know you're an impressive aim team, but this one is a whole different beast. So difficult to be consistent on. But Germany hit it. The nature of a team like that, the nature of having such strong players like Whitecat and Kriller around, just make the seemingly impossible possible. The only other players who have FC'd a map like this are players of the likes of Malashevsky and some other really strong aim talents. So Chile, unfortunately, with that struggle, are going to be 4-1 down. We've seen a 4-1 comeback happen before, Dimash, between the Philippines and South Korea. Can Chile pull something equally as magical? Nomad 4 is going to be their next pick.
Yeah, I mean, my worry with this is that they went in, you know, you saw Germany going with the Nomad 1. Their aim is so on point. And this Nomad 4 is I like the pick from Chile. It's good. It plays into a lot of what they're strong on. You know, this 174 BPM tech. You know, it's got its standard high SV sliders. It takes a while for the map to kind of kick in, but then once it gets going, it really kicks in with its difficulty. But I don't know, Germany are just so on form. It's hard to kind of see a way for Chile to pull a comeback. But I mean, they have got the players that can do this. But I mean, just look at this lineup from Germany. It's a tough ask, even on a map like this.
For a map like this, once again, you're looking at Whitecat and Kriller, especially Kriller, to be looking exceptional on this. On the side of Chile, TFGE is going to be in here. The 3-man core of Suntan, Intercamming, and Matty are still going to be sticking around. We talked about it a little bit here. This map is very slider heavy. Another thing I thought I'd want to add is that in this Ki, during the main sections with the slider aim, there are a lot of scary ult/burst patterns in between. These scary triples that have really awkward aim patterns in the middle that could lead to a slip up if they're not prepared. This is not just your pure slider. A lot of aim control outside of the slider aim is also really required in this. Last time Chile played this, it was against the UK, I believe. Oh wait, no, they never actually played against the UK. Okay, you know what? I take this back. Wait, did they? Hold on, let me just make sure. Just to make sure I get this right. Okay, no, they didn't. This is the first time Chile are whipping out the Nomad 4. I thought they did play this against the UK, but I might have just been mistaken for another map. This is the first time we're seeing this team roll into that one. Germany were the ones to play this against Russia with a 2 million flat team score.
Man,
so with Germany, they know they're capable of.
Yeah, there was so much unknown to this going into this. This is why I wasn't sure, because I saw the score that Germany put up, and it's a really tough ask for Chile. I definitely think they've got the roster to do this. They've always have. But it's going to require some standout performances, because players like Kriller and Whitecat are just on such good form right now.
Here we go, first gear to come through. Despite that early drop from Matthew, Chile are going to be able to gauge a small combo advantage to do that drop from Whitecat, which, never mind, was not a break, was Bancho. So Germany is still holding on. Down goes Akaria. As long as that isn't Bancho and that switches back to the original combo, that is a full break there for Germany. Whitecat with another drop as well. The rest of Chile are starting to gauge there. Despite that drop from Intercamming, the lead goes into their favor. 2 versus 1, 2 versus 3 in the big combo department. 2 versus 2 in the full combos, but Matthew with that recovery is going to look really good. But down he goes. It's going to be flipped immediately back in favor of Germany because that drop from Akaria, guess what? Was Bancho. Not an actual drop once again. Is that a natural drop? I refuse to even state it at this point. But so far, it's looking really, really good for both teams here. It's looking so even. Another drop from Intercam is going to solidify this more. Another drop there from Zyfrost, though. One of your full combos gone for Germany. The rest of Chile are going to be able to build something here, but TFGE goes down. It's just up to Suntan to try and bring something here. Suntan against Krilla. The recoveries from Germany are going to slightly outshine, especially with that drop from Intercamming towards the final quarter of the map here. Germany are going to start to build something.
Yeah, looking at this, Suntan is doing work. Krilla goes down. Suntan going to trade it straight back up. Looking at supporting combos right now. Matthew's got some good combo to hold the score gap. I think they might just have enough, assuming that they can hold. Zyfrost, TFGE, going to be going down. But looking at this, it's Tim Cackner versus Matthew. But Intercamming is also on the support into the last slider.
Oh.
There is no time left. It is
Doesn't
going
seem like it, no.
to Chile. Wow.
Now this map, despite being quite well known for hitting some really scary Bancho misses that you really don't know what's what, I'm pretty sure this is the confirmed final scoreline. Chile just barely, seemingly by the skin of their teeth, will take that. Krilla and Suntan towards the late stage were extremely threatening, both missing at very similar times, only a 30 combo separating them. But Krilla with that accuracy getting the slightly higher score. It was a tough map here for Chile, but they made a risk and they had it pay off. Germany on a map that notoriously are quite good at. Chile decided to pick it into themselves anyway and get the win.
Yeah.
So no breakpoint for Germany.
Very surprising, actually. Definitely a bit of an underperformance, I think, from Germany. They decided to swap out Okinamo on this run for Tim on this, and that switch didn't pay off. You've got Whitecat, who had a bit of an underperformance. He had almost 600k on this in his last run, which kind of negated the difference that Tim made up from Okinamo in their previous run. So, unfortunately, just not enough good to counteract the bad on that one. But it's still an insanely close map from Chile. It was a risky pick. Very, very risky.
Germany, despite losing that map, that could have been a potential win for them. They're not going to be phased by it. Hidden 2 is their next pick here. Some heavy, low AR, reading aim. Terrifying aim section, this one, Dimash.
Yes, Hidden 2. Let's have a little chat about this 175 BPM linear aim map. There are these huge, like, linear circle tapping sections where you have, like, the first one that kind of goes anti-clockwise and then into a clockwise, and then you have another one that does a bit of both. The 1/3 streams in the slower bits are just nasty. It's the only adjective I've got is that they're nasty. You've also got some standardish bursts in there. It's interesting Hidden 2, but it's a tricky one at that. So you're looking for some standout performances from Germany to carry them through into their 5th point.
Now, I believe this will be the first time we'll see an appearance from Shiox in this match for Germany. One of their mainstay hidden players, super strong in this reading. Of course, for Chile, we're going to be seeing TFGE at number 37. I'm quite looking forward to this matchup because both these teams are quite good on this. Looking at the Hidden 2 performances here, they were very, very close in score comparisons, both playing this map in the in their last match. Chile just barely getting short on it, though. By about 120k, 125k, give or take. Not by too much. So this could be really anyone's game. Both of these teams have some really stable players to look out for. For Germany, I'm looking at Krilla and Shiox. For Chile, I'm looking at number 37, TFGE. First aim section to come through, kicking off immediately, no holds barred. We're seeing several breaks here already. First drop for Germany being from Krilla, but it's traded by 2 from Chile. And this little stream section, this little Bursty section is coming up next, and that's a full reset there from Chile. On the side of Germany, Yari is going to be the next to drop, but Shiox and Whitecat hold on.
As we get into these nasty 1/3 sections, a lot to be tripped up on. Gotta watch the spacing on this, but so far Germany are holding on to this. This is much more of a lengthier map than we've seen in the past few, so definitely plenty of recovery time for Chile. Oh my goodness, a double break from Germany is going to completely flip things on their head as Chile holds the combo advantage.
There was a little awkward note just after that long and easy stacked stream section. That's going to lead to a double miss from Germany, a big one as well from your 2 full combos. Chile starting to slowly build up a bit of a recovery. Eventually the scaling's going to go in their favor. Whitecat's going to drop just before this long slider here. Krilla remained a big threat here from Germany. Next aim section to come through. Suntan to drop for Chile, traded by Yari. You've still got Krilla to go. Double miss from Chile. Number 37 into camming, both go down. The recovers from Chile are going to be falling apart. You've still got TFGE left, but that's all you have. And looking back at Germany, Krilla is hitting everything alongside Shiox. And they hit that entire section. And the break is shown. Krilla, despite that early drop, is going to be absolutely shredding on that one with Shiox on the backside as well. Just behind him with some great combo as well to outshine most of the combos here from Chile. TFGE, the only man for Chile to try and do something here, but there's not much you can do. Unless we see a fall apart from Germany. Double miss from Germany, a triple one actually. Krilla's going to be the one to go down, but it is traded by TFGE, the big threatening combo there from Chile. Shiox, the last outlying combo standing here. As long as Germany don't completely fall apart, this 200,000 score lead is going to stay in their favor, if not gain.
Yeah, you've got number 37 trying to bring something together, but too many unfortunate misses coming in too late for Chile to kind of capitalize on anything that Germany's thrown up, but they are comfortable now. You've got Yav, you've got Whitecat and Shiox.
Shiox.
Really holding the line here. What an amazing score from Shiox right now. Look at the accuracy on that. That is unbelievable.
Look at this score here from Shiox. That one miss didn't phase him at all. May have not solidified the FC, but that one miss was all that he had to deal with. 730,000 score, massively outshining the rest of the lobby outside of Krilla, shy of 100k. The rest of Chile, 400k, 500k. Just a general, I believe the individual, I think, you know, I did mention that Krilla and Shiox were the 2 to look out for, and boy was I right. The 2 highest scores on the lobby. Number 37 unfortunately could not perform to what Chile may have hoped. But it is still Chile's pick. And that is probably going to be making Chile doubt the pick in the free mod 4, but that won't be free mod 4 as the pick. It's going to be Blue Zenith. Going out with a bang, says TFGE. What a map to potentially end it on. But Chile could still take this. Mathine into camming especially. Super strong on a map like this.
Yeah, I mean, going out with a bang is a bit of a exaggeration. I mean, it's Blue Zenith. Yeah, that's it. That's all I'm telling you. It's Blue Zenith. Everybody knows this map. It is Blue Zenith.
Let's get. I'll get into the details of the map anyway, in case some people do not know what the map is, despite it being probably the most popular map of all time. Blue Zenith, 200 BPM, consistent hard rock streams on this. The CS and the AR is slightly adjusted here. It's going to be CS 5.2, AR 10 with Hard Rock applied on it. 4 minutes long, and as already previously mentioned, 200 BPM. It is non-stop, consistent streams here. It isn't like the Skin Thief where it quite literally just does not stop over and over and over again. There are a few breaks in the between, but the majority of this map, good 95% of this map, is its streams. A few Axel D-Cell streams, a few extra spacing, especially towards the end. The end of several Ki and chorus sections of this map has some really scary jump sections that are notorious for shattering some very aspirational combos. Germany have some insane potential on this one. But Chile picking it makes me think that they've got some comfort on this. Hard Rock 3 was played by Chile previously, and they got a pretty good team score of 2.5 million.
It's a map that I think everybody in this lobby will recognize and understand, and to be honest, be quite comfortable on, because everyone has given this map a try at least once in their lives. I'm almost certain of this fact. So it's really going to come down to who has the best run on this map. But I mean, there's so much hype going into this. Who cares? It's Blue Zenith. God damn it, it's Blue Zenith.
This is the ultimate content map. If you know it, you love it. If anyone manages to pop off on this, they are going to be hailed in the community. We've already seen some phenomenal scores here, particularly from worst HR player of South Korea, completely dunking the Philippines on this with an FC. Arguably the best OWC score we will ever see for now. The highest, I believe this is also OWC PP record with that score. So yeah, there's a high standards place on this one, but it's very, very difficult to get a high combo above 2,000 with some of the spikes in this. The first stream spike is hit by the majority of the players outside of Akaranya. Aimbot Cone to follow suit as well. It is traded by Mathy, but Chile overall have a good combo advantage going into this next little section here. A little bit of a jump section here. Deviously patterned here. That could lead to a drop. Slayer jumps come through. No drops from the remaining combos in the lobby. Chile are going to be able to slowly start building this lead. Well, not Germany, sorry, Chile. Did I say Chile? Did I say Germany or Chile? I don't care. Chile are going to be able to bring a lead now with those 3 full combos.
Yeah, both teams, there's still a lot of FCs on the board. And as a result of that, we could see some interesting breaks come in. I mean, there's a lot of pressure going into this. A map like this, you know, tensions are high just because this map is so well known. Everyone wants to perform well on it, but Mathy and Aimbot Cone not having the best time right now. As Intercam being going to be tripped up right at the halfway point of the map. The score's going to be cut so bad.
That's a really tough miss. Missing just by the halfway mark cuts your score v2 score completely in half. The most Intercam we can get now is 500 to 600,000. We're going past this halfway mark now. This is where the streams start to get more space and more difficult. Suntan goes down. Giant combo for Chile dropped. It's all up to Yunha, the player to have performed exceptionally well for Chile, but down he goes as well. That's nearly a full reset there for Chile. Germany still have Okinama and Whitecat holding on to their full combos, and Team Kakna, Akaranya, holding on to a great recovery. We're going into the last third of this map, not to the major ending section, but it's going to be where the streams will get a little bit more space. It is going to lead to several drops here, nearly a full reset from Chile outside of Mathy. Triple miss from Germany, but Whitecat still holds Song. As long as it hits his little jump section, he's going to be good. And Whitecat hits that. 1/3 of the map left to go. Germany holding on to a good lead due to this combo from Whitecat, but Mathy is trailing. 700 combo is massively threatening here, especially towards the later stage of the map.
Yeah, I mean, you can still see he's got 300k more that he can pull from this map. He is really, really in a strong position for his team right now. Regardless of what's going on the board, you've got Mathy on a 1k combo right now, really trying to hold the line for his team, but even then, a full reset from Germany is probably not going to save Chile on this one.
Okay. Now I think the ultimate question now is whether Whitecat end this off, and Whitecat and Mathy can end this off in style. We're going to the most iconic section of the map, the one that everybody knows about. The streams get more space than ever in this map. Can Whitecat match what Worst HR player did previously? No, he doesn't. A slider break. There's no way he ends this on 1 million score without an FC. Whitecat, can you hit the final stream? Yes, you do. Such a tragic choke on the FC. Matthew may drop towards the end. Suntan hits the entire ending, but it's not going to be enough for Chile. Germany, off of Whitecat's incredible 1 million score and slider break S-rank choke, will give Germany the victory they've been needing and will be knocking Chile out of the OSU World Cup.
Yes, it is unfortunate. But what a map to go out on. So iconic. So enjoyable to watch every time. The GGs are out. It is Chile's time to exit the World Cup as Germany will advance into the top 6 to round out our finals weekend teams. What a strong performance from Germany, going up 6-2.
Yeah, very dominant showing here from Germany. 6-2 against Chile, a team that we expected to be very, very closely knit. Huge potential to have defeated them on paper, but Germany just came out the better team. Several maps outshining Chile on their own strengths, playing them at their own game. Proved to just be the better mechanics team and the more flexible Hard Rock team on top of that. Where the Whitecat score, might I add, ladies and gentlemen, Whitecat was very close to setting the highest PP in the World Cup if Where's a Child player wasn't at FC. 732 PP for Whitecat, with 1 slider break 50. What a score. Truly what a score.
Yes, indeed. What a finish to the weekend. Finishing in a bit of style and a bit of grace. Got to love it. So, as you can see on the board, we have our top 6 teams for the weekend. What a selection we have. South Korea and Australia, seeds 1 versus seed 7 for the winners bracket final. And of course, as you see, that losers bracket, Canada versus Germany. The final match to be confirmed. And of course, Philippines versus United States. Only one of those 4 teams is going to make it through to next week. I cannot wait.
Every match from now on is going to absolutely bang. You've got the Philippines, the team who have been the closest to bringing South Korea down to losers. The team to have been favorited to win it all. Against the USA, who despite having an early game struggle, have built a great victory into Poland, knocking Poland out of top 6. This is going to be 2 teams who are in fantastic form, who are in great momentum, who are going to have a big clash. I'm looking forward to that one. And Canada, Germany. These teams have history. I'm so excited for that matchup. That's going to be really exciting.
And
of course, you've got the golden underdog story of Australia going up against the Titan powerhouse of South Korea. So, ladies and gentlemen, next week is going to be a doozy. Do not miss it because you are going to miss out on some of the best OC you have seen yet. Ladies and gentlemen, but for now, thank you so much for watching. I've been Sad Shiba. I've been joined by the fantastic Dimash. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you next time, but don't go just yet. You still have Showcase. We still have Finals Map with Showcase, so don't go anywhere if you want to check out our wonderful maps and some extra spicy Osu custom songs made from Osu Originals. Do not go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you very soon.